Hi, welcome to this week's new product post here at proto-pic.co.uk. Right, first up we have this Bluetooth Easy Link shield for the Arduino. This is a serial link as well as a programmer for uploading your sketches to your Arduino. This has got extremely high geek value if you want to program your Arduino wirelessly, and obviously it's got the normal Bluetooth distance of about 10 meters or so. And this board does require some assembly when you get it, as the headers do require to be soldered on before use. Now moving on, we have this Class D stereo amplifiers, 3.7 watt output. That's based on between 2.7 and 5.5 volt input on there as well. Now this is based on the Max 98306 chip. Now it's a very versatile chip and can run speakers ranging from 3 ohms or higher. Now this board also requires some self-assembly and it's supplied with screw terminals as well as the headers and a jumper for choosing your gain as well. Next up, we've got a couple of new buttons added to our range. Now these are momentary push buttons. As you can see, there's a nice amount of travel. You can hear the button clicking in there. Now this is available with a red or a white LED backing on there as well, and these are waterproof, so they can be mounted outside and used for entry buttons or replacements for doorbells. Okay, now on the back you also have 5 terminals, 2 for the LED on the outside and 3 for the internal switch, going through a normally open and normally closed, so you can set this up as required in your project. And next up we have a new service for all you hobbyists out there who are looking to make a permanent board of your design. And this is a large PCB manufacturing service for making boards up to 250mm by 250mm. This is dual layer with a green solder mask and a white silk screen. Now the boards are supplied with a leaded finish, though this is available on request for a lead free or indeed a gold finish to the contacts. But to use this service, all you have to do is supply the Gerber files to ourselves. We'll check them, make sure that they fall within the specifications that are listed on the website, and if they are, we'll send the Gerbers off to our factory. The boards will be manufactured. You'll get 5 boards sent to ourselves. We will then send these direct out to you and you can go ahead and build your project. Okay, next up we have the CupKid arcade machine. Now this is the built version of the machine. I actually assembled this myself and it took about 6 hours start to finish. I'll just show you the back of it, memory card, Raspberry Pi, which is not included in the kit. You'll have to supply your own Raspberry Pi Model B. You've got a speaker here and there's various wires hooked up to the controls at the front. Now, there is a small amount of soldering required to build this kit, so you will require a soldering iron or a friend with a soldering iron to put this kit together, but the soldering is very minimal. It takes about maybe 5 to 10 minutes worth of soldering. And the case itself requires assembly with these flathead screws. Now, there's no games supplied with the Raspberry Pi CupKid. You will need to supply these and they're available for download from the internet. I downloaded a couple of the open source games just to test the system and the system was working fine. I would have to say some of the games that we tried on this CupKid, the sound on them was a little bit choppy. This is down to the fact that the games are emulated. They're not the original games where they had dedicated hardware to do the sounds or graphics. So if you do get one of these and you find that the sound is maybe choppy or it drops a couple of frames on the graphics, this is perfectly normal for emulators of this particular style. And that concludes the CupKid based around the Raspberry Pi.